My Steam Deck journey has been awesome. I have played lots of games on this device, which I just wasn't able to do before. I do own a gaming laptop, which is not a gaming PC by any means. It has a 60Hz screen along with a AMD Ryzen 5 and an AMD GPU, which I chose 2 years ago so I could run Linux without any issue. Because Nvidia has some special issues with Linux.
Oh, Nvidia, you.
Anyway, since I started my job, I did not want to turn on my laptop a second more than I needed to. And that's why my gaming journey was on pause for a long time. Until I bought a Steam Deck. On my Steam Deck, I have played AAA titles like Cyberpunk, Arkham Knight, Arkham Origins, as well as completed indie titles like Hollow Knight, Spiritfarer, Entropy Center, Raji, and the Stanley Parable. And yeah, the sheer amount of titles I have bought just to play on the deck is insane. I am not limited by anything, or so I thought. I actually own the 512GB model of Steam Deck OLED, which makes me feel limited in terms of the number of games I can have installed at a time. I could get a micro SD card, but that just limits the speed at which the games are launched. So I bought a new storage device. I got the 2TB version of Sabrent Rocket SSD from Amazon, and I thought, hey, why not make a replacement guide about it? I'm also going to cover how to reimage the SSD with SteamOS, which I have seen that not many SSD replacement guides cover on YouTube. I actually like Bazite OS, but I have already covered that in another video. You can check it out if you want. This video will be about the plain old SteamOS. So first of all, power off the Steam Deck and press volume up and power button together. And go to the setup utility menu. From here, go down to the power settings and then enter the storage mode from here. Now let's tear down the deck. The first thing you would want to do is remove your micro SD card from the Steam Deck. Believe me, just double check if you have it installed on your deck or not. Many people have broken their micro SD cards and they posted it on Reddit. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Now turn your Steam Deck over and put it like this in the Steam Deck case so that the sticks don't feel any kind of pressure and your screen remains scratch free. Now we have to remove these 8 Phillips screws. Make sure to keep the outer screws separately from the inner screws, as the ones on the outside are a tad bit longer. Finally, the screws are removed. You will have to remove the back plate, and this can be done fairly easily if you have plastic guitar picks or an old credit card. But I have removed the plate so many times that it just got a bit loose for me. So I can just do it using my nails. Now this step can be a little different for you. On my deck, you can see that this plate is black in color, and the 3 screws I have to remove are here, here and here. If you have a silver plate, then the screws might be in a different place. So just be careful while removing them. Now remove the battery by disconnecting this wire. There's a pull tab here, but you can also do it with the help of a spudger if it's a bit tight for you. After removing the plate, you should see that the SSD is right here. Just unscrew this thing and then your SSD should pop right off. Now slide off this protective sheath. We are going to put it on the new SSD. Put the SSD in the slot and then screw it in place. Now connect the battery and then carefully put the back plate in place. And then screw the piece back. Also put the back cover of the deck back and then screw it in place. Now let's take a look at how to reimage the deck using SteamOS. Go to the SteamOS download page. The site will be linked down in the description below, by the way. And accept the terms and conditions and download the Steam Deck repair image. It's just 2.5 GB, so that's good. If you're on Windows, download Rufus from rufus.net. You will need your USB flash drive with at least 8 GB of storage, and if it is Type-C, then that's even better because you won't have to use a cable to connect the drive to the Steam Deck. I have this cable which lets me connect the drive to this deck as well as let me connect a capture card. Anyway, connect your USB flash storage to your PC and launch Rufus. Your USB device should be identified. Now select the ISO from here. Note that this process will format the USB drive, so make sure to back up any data that you have on the flash storage. Once you're sure, just click on the start button. That took about 10 minutes. So once the image is flashed to the storage device, disconnect the drive from your PC and connect it to the deck using the cable. Remember that we had put the Steam Deck in power saver mode from the BIOS. So on the first boot, we will have to connect a power source to the Steam Deck. And instead of the power button, you will have to press the volume up and power key together while plugged in to get to the boot option. Once you get to the boot menu, select the USB storage device as your boot option. And then let the OS boot. On the desktop, you can actually see that there is an icon labeled ReImage the Deck. You just have to double click on it using the trackpad, or you can also use the touchscreen since that works in the desktop mode. So just click on proceed again and the whole reimaging process will start. This also took about 10 minutes and then it is asking me to reboot the Steam Deck. You can just reboot it. While the device is rebooting, you can remove your flash storage from the Steam Deck. You won't need it anymore. And this rebooting did actually take quite a while, so wait patiently for the Steam Deck to boot up. Now select your language and on the next screen, connect to your Wi-Fi network. Once you are connected to the Wi-Fi network, the SteamOS will download a quick update, and this update can take 20 minutes to half an hour depending upon your internet speed. So let it download it. Once the update is downloaded, the Steam Deck will reboot once again, and finally you will be asked to sign into your Steam account. Now I'm not going to sign in. Let's go into the desktop mode and actually let's benchmark the SSD of the Steam Deck. So go to your Discover store and install KDiskMark. This is a KDE plasma tool using which you can benchmark your SSD device. And here are the results on your screen. The original Steam Deck 512GB SSD and my Sabrent 2TB SSD. Since the Sabrent SSD is PCI Gen 4 and the Steam Deck is only compatible with PCI Gen 3, so the Sabrent's speed is quite limited on the Steam Deck, and therefore the random read and write speed is actually less than the original Steam Deck's SSD speed. But you can see that the sequential read and write speed is definitely better than the original Steam Deck SSD. Now you can log into your Steam account and install Decky Loader and various other tools. You can check it out on our channel. We have covered both of this in separate videos. That is it for this video. Like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this on your feed. And see you in the next one.